Recently, Zesty Jesus has been the center of attention again in the past week after he released a new video about the bot crisis again. And so uh, it's a very good video. I'll start out by saying it's a very good video. It's edited well. The information he provides is clear, without bias, and actually made sense in my mind. He discussed that there's probably only about 20,000 to 30,000 actual real players playing the game at any given time during like normal playing hours at least. But you know, the end of the video when he discusses his like personal opinions on the information he found and presented, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way because I thought for the first time Zesty had made a video that was informative and not full of bias and wasn't going to anger the community. But of course, at the end, he threw in some opinions that I didn't exactly agree with. And a lot of his opinions are based around you need to stop putting any kind of money into Valve at all. You need to completely boycott any kind of monetary money thing into TF2 or any of that. But I don't. While I do think that could work, and it might work if it's done correctly, I do feel like with the reputation Zesty has, any kind of proposal he has for fixing the bot crisis is going to get completely overlooked because, people hate him. With good reason. He's got plenty of accusations under his belt from the past few years, none of which I want to go over because, it's not what this is about. It's not meant to be a call-out video on Zesty Jesus or anything. This is merely me spreading my opinion on Zesty and a few people he associates himself with here and there. But, it's like, I know Zesty, like, means good with what he's trying to say. And I know he does, because, the things he proposes could genuinely work in grabbing attention to Valve and making them actually want to do something. But is Valve actually going to do something? Is Valve going to? Let's be honest. Personally, I only see this game lasting another decade at most, I feel like. And that's not to be a negative Nancy, that's not to be doom posting, that's not to be any kind of pessimistic thing. I just don't see a game like this that has a very low player count now that we know, living to be, 30 and have a healthy player base. I don't think it's going to happen. And I think with the way the community works and functions and what kinds of people are in TF2 and its community, it's not gonna. Something is going to come along and it's going to pick them all up after people finally get sick and tired of it. And I don't think Valve is really having any motivation to work on TF2 or any kind of game for that matter, if you haven't noticed. Because, Half-Life Alyx was the last really major title that they put out. Aperture, Desk Job or whatever, if you want to count that. But they haven't been pumping out much for anything else. It's been very Steam focused and hardware focused, It's it's one of those things, And I think yelling at Valve isn't going to make them do anything. For years, trying to get Valve's attention has been, you can't do anything. It's not going to work. And there was the one time a few years ago when the TF2 Twitter account actually said they were going to do stuff, but then again, just like many had thought, it didn't do anything. It didn't change anything at all, which sucks. But I do think you have to make the best out of a horrible situation. That's my opinion on it right now. You can't go full doomer, pessimism, and you can't be full Save TF2, hopium, whatever Reddit 4chan term is used to describe optimistic people nowadays. I don't know. But, yeah, it's you got people who are on the Save TF2 side of things where like it hasn't worked twice. It hasn't worked twice now. The first time was organized, the second time wasn't really organized, and I'm still gonna count it as a second time, you know. But it doesn't work because I mean, like it's just people saying that they love the game, and that like that's all it is. It's people just jerking off TF2 and then not actually saying any of the problems they have, which is something Zesty brought up in his video, and I was like, I agreed with that, and I was surprised that I agreed with that, and there's the other things he had to say in there, which I'm not going to go into specifics, but if you know Zesty, and you know his history, and you know his background, Zesty is not a great guy. He's got a lot of opinions that most people don't agree with, especially probably some of the political ones that he has on his Twitter account or has had on his Twitter account. And I don't want to talk about any of it here because it's not the place for it. And personally, I think Zesty seems like a decent person. And I mean, he might not be a decent person if any of the accusations he has against him are true. And I mean, he does seem like also a strange person. But like I said, can't you can't do anything about it. All you gotta do is you gotta take the content. You don't know the guy personally, and most of us probably never will. But like I said, Zesty has a reputation, and since he has that reputation, I don't think like the points he's making are gonna be very well known. You know, like whatever. I'm done talking about Zesty. I want to move on to just a different topic, and I think another good person like to move on from that is someone who Zesty is close with, and that's Monkey. Now, my opinions on Monkey are very different. Well, I think Zesty has the potential of being a good guy in the TF2 community sphere, and he brings up valid points, and doesn't seem like his points don't seem bad. They could use tweaking and maybe like a group effort to maybe organize them and make them to work. But Monkey, on the other hand, I feel is more of a very hypocritical person. He says things merely because he's friends with people that also say those things. Now, if you know Zesty, Zesty has some very strong opinions about the workshop and the people who submit items there, and he does, but at the end of the day, like I said, Zesty does bring up some good points when he talks about workshop content and how, like, Valve only picks up slop that is slop because there's not a whole lot of, like, there's more slop than actual good content. That's what it tends to be, and Valve will see the slop more often, and they don't go looking. They don't go digging deep for that good stuff in the workshop because they pick whatever's on the front page or whatever's the most popular at the time. It's never gonna be like the really like amazing workshop content. That's not how it works. Valve is very lazy, and there's like 2 to 3 people probably working on the game at a time and picking out these workshop like contributions and whatever. Let's move on to what Monkey has to say. And Monkey has used the term slop several times when he describes TF2 workshop content and specifically war paints because I mean he makes his own war paints and he collects war paints. He's very in the war paint sphere of like TF2 because I mean he's good at making war paints. I like some of the war paints he's made and submitted, and like it's nice. But Monkey's opinions on the workshop I feel are very hypocritical because like I said he complains a lot about the slop that is just in the workshop. But if you look at his like catalog of content that he makes on YouTube, it is very much what could be described as ADHD slop content, you know. So you take one look at like his channel, and you'll see the word casual show up a lot of times. And you know what? You go over there, and okay, so you go over there, and what you do is you search up Monkey on YouTube, and what you'll do is you will go to Monkey's channel, and we'll go over here, we'll go to the videos tab, and we will control F, and we will search up casual. And how many times does the word casual show up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll just keep scrolling. And it comes up a ton. Nope. You just keep on scrolling. And the amount of just clip dumps he has is insane, And I'll be honest, clip dumps, some of the lowest tier of content for any kind of gaming thing. And well, I do agree that Monkey's like what he has to say about Valve and the workshop. It just feels like rehashed versions of what you know Zesty is saying, and because of course it is. But you know, I feel like no hate towards Zesty. I don't have any kind of hate towards Zesty. I just think if he's going to make comments about slop and Valve picking slop from the workshop and workshop being full of slop and now updates are full of slop, I feel like he needs to stop contributing to slop as well. Because I feel like having a slop-free TF2 would involve the YouTube space. And I feel like clip dumps, they're not great. And I will admit, I have made clip dumps. Like if you look at my videos, there's clip dumps there. Oh wow, the person who has under 100 subscribers has made clip dumps. Wow. And I mean, yeah. I enjoy making clip dumps at different games because it's usually just me having a good time, and then I chop up like the session I have into a couple like like a half hour, 20 minutes of content. Like I don't know, I do that because what am I supposed to do? I don't have the best setup in the world, and my editing software isn't the greatest, and I'm a high school student that doesn't have money. So, well, I have money, I make money, but I don't make a lot of money. Like I don't have money that I can just put into this at the moment because I'm trying to go to college, and like whatever. It's not my problem. It's not my problem. Whatever. Monkey is an adult who does making these TF2 videos to make money. And to me, making on average a few hundred K views per every handful of video, like when he uploads, there's a good chance he'll hit the 300K mark, 200K mark. Like he will get over 100K on a good portion of these like TF2 clip dump videos. So like people watch him because it's slop. It's just slop that people can put on and watch. You know, and then he makes comments on Valve and stuff, and people see him, and it's like, wow, wow, you're talking about slop again? You're talking about how dog shit the community is, and then yet you influence this slop by making effortless content. Like I said, like he has good points and a good original points when I do see he makes original points. But like his content, man, I just can't. I don't understand the thought process there. Um. Okay. Well, the next person I want to talk about is Richter Overtime, and now I don't see him associated with the Zesty and Monkey crowd as much, but Richter does tend to have a reputation for himself being like a dickhead on social media. Just picking fights with people. I've noticed over the time that I've seen him on social media and Twitter. But like the points he has, hold on, I can go back and look through some of his stuff. But he does make videos. That's true. But when you see him make a video on the state of Team Fortress 2 and all that, it's very it's just something. I've seen his opinions on TF2 on Twitter and stuff, and the stuff he's mentioned. And after Zesty made his video, he made a tweet. I'd have to look at it again. to remember what he said exactly, but I do remember it kind of pissed me off a little bit. But what I said, generally just a pessimistic kind of guy when looking at like things like Save TF2. And well, I don't have a lot to say about Richter because nowadays he doesn't have a lot to say about anything Save TF2 related, but every once in a while you see him make a comment that's like, yeah, I think you're kind of an asshole, but whatever, I don't care. And to be honest, any of these people I just talked about, it's like I don't hate them. I don't have an ill will towards them. I don't care. I mean, they can hate me. I can hate them. I don't care. I mean, this is the internet. What are they gonna do? I have a life outside of the internet, you know? Like, this is like a secondary thing. But whatever. To get back to the point. Yeah, like, if any of them watch this video, if you hate me after what I said, yeah, sure. Yeah, fuck me. I don't care. And fuck you too, I guess. But, like, this leads into the Save TF2 thing that I want to talk about. Save TF2 being shit, and not doing much is it's a fair statement to have. It's true, and it's reasonable to just assume that like yeah, Save TF2 didn't do much, and it's like yeah, what was it gonna do? I mean, you have a bunch of people talking about how much they love the game, and then Valve will look at it and be like, oh, that's cool. People like this game still. I'll say something about it. And then Valve goes and does nothing, It does, they say they're gonna do something, and then they do nothing. And then it's like you gotta, I don't know what you're gonna do. I feel like what the TF2 community needs to do is they need to both accept that nothing might happen. You need to have that in your mind. This this may be the end. This may be like, oh, there's nothing after this, but you also gotta have that fight in you. You gotta be like, I want this to get better, but I'm gonna be okay if it doesn't, because that's kind of how I am. I haven't played TF2 and like really played TF2 in like a few months. Like I just haven't, because I mean you get tired, and you get tired of dealing with the community, and you get tired of all the drama that gets passed around here, and you get tired. You get really tired, and I don't know. But to close this off, I just want to say any of the people I mentioned in here that are angry with me for what I said about them, I don't give a fuck. I don't care.